what's the difference between empathy and compassion?
The way that I felt that I experienced empathy the first time, I was in Uganda. We were in a village on the Rwenzori mountain range, which is a mountain range that divides, it's on the border of the Congo and Uganda. And we're way up at like the top of this, and in these villages that have experienced, let's say, a lot of war and strife in their lives. And I was learning the stories of the people living in the village, the men and the women. And then I learned the stories of these a couple of young girls. And basically it all became clear that the rest of their life, these are girls that were, 11 years old, 12 years old. They were going to get married soon. And the rest of their life would be hauling water, hauling firewood, and having as many babies as their husband would like. And it just clicked that was it. There was no choice. That's what life was going to be like. It was going to be a lot of pain. And in that moment, like something happened where I had these walls up, right? Like I'm Canadian and they're Ugandan, I'm from North America and they're from Africa. And these walls of like separation, or they're different than me and I'm different, and all just came crumbling down. It wasn't a voluntary moment. It just happened. And this connection, I looked at them as genuinely as myself, or as the closest word that we can use on this reality is my sisters, let's say, right? And I started thinking, I started feeling the way that I anticipated that they would feel. So in essence, I guess it's my own projection, but I remember thinking to myself, if we all felt like this, what I termed as empathy, maybe it's a different word, but if we all felt this way, this oneness consciousness, we would not stand for food shortage. We would not stand for gender inequality, racial inequality. We wouldn't stand for war, genocide, these things that go on in our world way too much every single day. We wouldn't stand for them. And if we didn't stand for them, they genuinely wouldn't happen, right? As if we as a global community felt the way that, let's say, for lack of better terms, I felt in that moment, if we felt a massively increased sense of empathy, these things wouldn't exist.